Today we are going to be doing some very easy simplifying radicals review, which is one small new piece at the end that you will see that is, again, also very easy. So let's review the rules for simplifying radicals. First, you break down the number using a factor tree until only prime numbers are left. Then you look for pairs. A pair of prime numbers under the radical gets to come out as one prime number outside of the radical. And then finally, all numbers that you brought outside and all numbers that are left inside are multiplied back together to get your final answer. So let's look at two examples together. Here we have the square root of 98. If you are unsure where to start, it ends in a 2, so you know it's 2 times something, and that something is 49. 49 is not prime to what? 49 is 7 and 7. Those are both primes. We're done with our factor tree. We are now looking for pairs. I'm going to cross off a pair of 7s. That means outside of the radical, I have a 7, 1 7, that is. That leftover 2 goes inside. Since there's only one number outside and one number inside, that is a done answer. Let's look at 72. 72 has numerous ways to start. I'm going to go ahead and start with what most people think of, which is 8 and 9. Neither of those are primes. 8 is 4 and 2. 2 is a prime. 4 is 2 and 2, both primes. 9, 3, and 3, both primes. We're not looking for pairs. There's a pair of 2s, cross them off. Outside the radical, put a 2. There's a pair of 3s. Outside the radical, put a 3. That is multiplication. This leftover 2 goes inside the radical. When we multiply, our final answer is 6 square root of 2. Nice, easy review. Now on example 2, go ahead and pause the video. Try these two on your own. When you're done, start it back up to check your answers. So let's see how you did. 125 can be divided by 5, and 25. 5 is prime. 25 is 5 and 5, both primes. We're looking for pairs. Cross off a pair of 5s. Outside the radical is a single 5. This 5 stays inside. Final answer. Let's look at the square root of 96. That is 2 times 48. 2 is prime. 48 is 6 and 8. 6 is 2 and 3, both primes. 8 is 2 and 4. 2 is prime. And 4 is 2 and 2, both primes. We're looking for pairs. There's a pair of 2s, so outside the radical is a 2. There's another pair of 2s, so outside the radical is another 2 with multiplication. This 3 and this 2 are left inside, multiplied. So the final answer is 4 square root of 6. Hopefully you got both of those right. So let's take a look at the one new piece that we have today. Example 3, as you can see, both of those already have numbers outside of them. You just need to keep them outside when you're doing your math. So first, let's look at just the 54. That is 6 times 9. 6 is 2 times 3, both primes. 9, 3 times 3, both primes. We're looking for our pairs. Pair of 3s, cross them off. Bring a 3 outside. This 2 and this 3 stay inside. Here's the only difference. This negative 3 needs to come down outside with the 3 you brought up. Multiply everything together, we get negative 9 square root of 6. So that's the only new thing today, is that extra number that might already be outside. Take a look at the square root of 175.
Please.
175 is 5 times 35. 5 is prime. 35 is 5 times 7, both primes. We're looking for our pairs. Pair of 5s, it goes outside. The leftover 7 goes inside. The 4 comes down with multiplication. Correct answer, 20 square root 7. So hopefully that one new step seems pretty easy to you. Go ahead, pause the video, check your or do your work. When you're finished, start it back up to see your answers. Let's see how you did. 500 is 5 times 100. 5 is prime. 100 is 10 times 10. 10 is 2 times 5, both primes. The other 10 is also 2 times 5, both primes. We're looking for pairs. Cross off a pair of 5s. Outside the radical, write a 5. Cross off a pair of 2s. Outside the radical, put a 2 with multiplication. The 5 that's left over goes inside. And this 2 also needs to come down outside. 2 times 5 is 20, radical 5. Take a look at our very last problem here. 121, maybe a little harder, is 11 times 11, and those are both primes. We are looking for pairs. Cross off the pair of 11s, so outside of the radical is an 11. Notice there's nothing left, so the radical is going to be gone for our final answer. Bring down the negative 4. So our final answer without a radical is the number negative 44. At this point, if you would like, you are more than welcome to get started on homework.